Hello friends, it's Sarah from Sweet Scents from the Dollhouse. I'm bringing you another Let's Chat video, and this one is going to be again kind of directed more to consultants. I guess like in any other job, and I don't care who you are or what kind of job you have, you could be the Pope. Okay, no, actually I take that back, okay? The Pope has probably got a lot of bad days, but in any job, even if you're working your dream job, you are destined to have a bad day here and there. A day that just is like more than you can handle, and you're like, enough's enough, you know? Or you're questioning, is this really good for me? Or is this really what I'm about? I'm kind of having one of those days. And keep in mind, I've been a Scentsy consultant for almost 8 months. I never had a bad day yet. Never. So I'm making this video to reach out to like my Scentsy sisters, because I've connected with a lot of you guys and shared a lot of great information and experiences, you know. So, and it's not one thing that has happened just today, or it's not any one person's fault. I think it's accumulation of a whole bunch of little crappy things that have kind of boiled over today, and I'm just like, wow, I want to scream. And it's not fun, because when I started this journey, I was super passionate about it and really engaged and wanted to be a part of something like this. So I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but perhaps I should start at the beginning and go from there. So December 1st, I know that I made a video and I had sliced up my hand pretty bad on a Scentsy dish. As you can see, it's been 11 days and my hand is great. Like, no harm, no foul. That was one pretty deep cut, but the rest of them were just superficial shards that, you know, it was just a matter of getting tweezers and pulling glass out of my hand. So I'm fine. But that evening, when the incident happened, my first thought was, what did I do wrong? Because I know that at Scentsy, we sell a superior product. So I automatically ran through a list of things in my head, like, how am I to blame for this? Because I know that this is a fantastic product. Where did I go wrong? If you're wondering if I do the freezer method, I don't. And here's why. My mom has like beat it into our heads that if you put a Teflon pan from one extreme temperature to the next, it warps it. I've never seen any scientific data to prove this, but it's just, you know, one of those things that your parents ingrain in you because they nag and they say it so many times. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if one temperature to the next affects a Teflon pan, but in my brainwashed line of thinking, I'm like, okay, well, if extreme temperature changes aren't good for a Teflon pan, then it can't be good for glass or ceramic. So I've never done the freezer method. If you do that and it works for you, great. I have done the hot dump method twice. On the second time, I poured it down the inside of my kitchen wall, and then when I tried to scrape it off, I took the paint off. So I don't do that anymore either. Usually I do just letting it naturally cool. I take the dish off the warmer, let it naturally cool, and pop it out with a Scentsy spatula, or I cotton ball it out hot. Those methods have worked for me for months. I purchased these Scentsy spatulas through the Scentsy Family Consultant store for myself to use because I thought they were a great nifty little tool, as well as I've purchased several of them to give out as free gifts, my thank you gifts, to hostesses, consultants, and customers. So the evening that it happened was December 1st. It was after hours, so I messaged consultant support right away, told them exactly what I did, where did I go wrong. I used the pointy end of the Scentsy spatula, ran it around the side of the wax, and then went like this to pop out the wax with like the spatula end, and just this motion, it cracked in my hand. So I had a pretty deep cut and glass in both hands. So that was December 1st. And if they message me back right away and said, listen, this has never happened before, this is a fluke accident, I would believe that. I would believe that because I have the worst luck in the world, and that's okay. Trust me, I've got 35 years of bad luck. I've come to terms with it, and I would accept it. But I didn't hear back from Scentsy Consultant Support, which is really strange. Like, consultants will agree with me. When you message consultant support after hours, do you not usually hear back from them like within a business day? Or if not hours after the business day starts? I was like, that's strange. It's Christmas time, so they're probably super busy. Which, true, they probably are. And then the more time passed, I thought, well, I took pictures and I sent it to them because I wanted to be very clear and have it as like a teaching opportunity for me. That way they could tell me where I went wrong, and then I could best ensure that something doesn't happen like that to one of our customers. So I thought perhaps, consultant support agent saw the photos, read it, and didn't really know how to respond. So maybe they escalated it and said to a supervisor. Like, I'm trying to think logically here from a business perspective. That would seem reasonable. So maybe that's why it's taking so long. So I finally received a response 4 days later, which is really weird, like unheard of weird for customer support. And to me, it read like an automated response of like a 1, 2, 3 steps how to empty a Scentsy warmer with a paper towel. And I was like, okay, so I should tell the customers that I've given these Scentsy spatulas to not use them and do the paper towel method instead. Just out of curiosity, was there ever a recall on these dishes and perhaps I just got an old dish? Like, just anything that would make sense other than, I've been a consultant for 8 months and a customer for 8 years, and I've never had an issue like this. So I was just a little like kerfuffled with the response. I'm like, oh, and at the end it said, we've already replaced the dish, or like a replacement dish is on the way. Not once in my original inquest did I complain or say I want my money back or like ask for a new dish. The dish was the least of my concerns. I'll pay the $9 to replace the dish myself. I wanted to learn from this experience. So needless to say, it took 4 days for the first response. So I responded back right away and said, like, you basically, like, you didn't answer any of my original questions, like about the dish or where I went wrong or the spatula. And so that was December 5th. And again, I waited and waited and waited and didn't receive another response until the 12th. And this time the response was, we don't really know too much about the Scentsy spatulas. We'll have to contact the family store support, and we'll get back to you. So I'm like, can somebody tell me if these things that I've given out are safe? I would have been happy if they just told me that I had, I know I have bad luck. So I was just a little frustrated. Scentsy Consultant Support is my go-to for answers, and when Scentsy Consultant Support doesn't have answers, I'm feeling a little frustrated. So again, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. Working in body modification for 7 years, I'm very accustomed to working with sharp and dangerous objects with my hands. Also, any reputable tattoo artist will not tattoo the palm of your hands because you shed skin cells 700 times faster than anywhere on your body. So you heal faster, right? In turn, rejecting faster. Your cuts will heal faster, so on and so forth, on the palms of your hands because your skin cells shed faster. As well as I use natural healthcare products, essential oils, that I put in skincare products to help. I have a recipe, ingredients for something called Boo Boo Balm, and I make that with doTERRA oils. Which brings me to my second little boiling point. I can't share with you what I use to treat wounds because it's been brought to my attention that I am in violation of compliance if I talk about the natural healthcare products available at doTERRA. So this is the second thing that happened recently. I had 3 consultants so far when I share something about cold and flu season and using doTERRA's flu bombs to ward off cold and flu. I was getting a little bit sick a couple videos ago. Literally, I take flu bombs and it's gone. I haven't been sick in 3 years. If I feel something coming on, I double up my flu bombs during cold and flu season. But apparently, it's been brought to my attention. I can't tell anybody that, or I can't share that with anybody because it would be in compliance, in violation of compliance, because Scentsy has oils. But at the same time, I'm like, Scentsy has fragrance oils. Scentsy says right in it, do not ingest, do not put in your skin, put it in your diffuser and enjoy it aromatically. Do not, do not, do not. Scentsy has never made a claim that they sell natural health products. And these trolls who are messaging me telling me that I can't be a wellness advocate or have a doTERRA wholesale account is what I have. I'm not a practicing wellness advocate. I have a wholesale account and I use doTERRA for wounds and for the health and well-being of my family. I'm not out selling it. I don't operate doTERRA as a business, and I very well could. Actually, I'm surprised that you see doTERRA oils in pretty much every one of my videos if I'm filming in my bed because they're right behind me. I'm surprised somebody hasn't turned me in for that too. And these people didn't call consultant support or message compliance and say that I was in any way in violation because I think they can't even prove it themselves. Just trolls being trolls. You know, and I'm tempted to call consultant support and say to them, okay, tell me if this is true. If me being a wellness advocate, which I'm not in business, I'm not registered, I don't have a business number, I don't receive a paycheck from doTERRA, but if me sharing my knowledge, 10 years worth of using only natural healthcare products, sharing my experiences, my recipes, if that is in some way in violation of what I do for Scentsy, tell me now. If I have to pick between the two, I think the answer is clear. I won't pick. And how can you tell someone that they would have to pick between something that they rely on for the health and well-being of their family or what they do for a job, or what they do because they're passionate about something like home fragrance? I think that I should be able to do both. I should be able to promote my Scentsy business online, but also share with my friends and family and loved ones my flu bomb recipe if it will help them combat cold and flu season this year. I don't think that I should be accused of being in violation or, undercutting Scentsy, because it's not. Scentsy doesn't claim that their oils are natural healthcare products. Pretty please tell me what pecan, vanilla, sugarcane, whatever is going to heal. Nothing. Nothing. It smells fantastic. You should buy some. But it's not going to treat your wounds or get rid of a cold and flu. None of Scentsy's stuff is going to combat a headache or cure muscle cramps because you're not allowed to administer it to your skin or ingest it because it's a fragrance oil and Scentsy's not promoting it or saying at all that it's a natural healthcare product. They would have to have those products tested and approved by the FDA, which they're not. So they're not a natural healthcare product. They do not go through the processes that doTERRA does. It's like comparing apples to oranges. So yes, when somebody tells me that I cannot do 2 things that I'm very passionate about, collectively, it's going to tick me off. It's going to tick me off big time. The other thing, this is the third, and again, these aren't all happening on the same day. It's been a collection of, again, little crappy things, just kind of like snowballed, right? I know that by starting this YouTube channel, I've put myself in a position where I'm a public voice, or I've even welcomed and encouraged people to reach out to me. If you've got a Scentsy question, or, you know, you need help with something, get a hold of me. And I still stand by that, very much so. And if any of the people who have contacted me recently, I'm not bitching about you, because I want people to contact me when they have an issue. I want you to have a superior product and have an enjoyable customer service experience when you spend your money at Scentsy. So recently, in the last 3 weeks, I have had an influx of people contact me to do exchanges for them. And the first couple, I was like, that's a coincidence. And then the next couple, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I have been contacted by numerous people who've been sold a Scentsy warmer by an active consultant in various places. I'm talking across North America, so this is not just one consultant. These are people from all over who are having problems. They purchase something from a Scentsy consultant, and then if there's an issue, the consultant puts them on ignore or won't return their call to help them do a refund. What the heck is that about? This week was the icing on the cake. A customer told me she was having the issue, and then she said, I'm not going to trouble you with it. You know, this girl sold it to me, so I'll let her deal with it. I'm like, it's no trouble. Because it's not. Literally, to do a Scentsy exchange takes 10 minutes out of a consultant's day. It's no trouble. This Scentsy consultant told her that because she had exchanged the warmer previously, that she would now have to plead the case to head office. Have you ever heard more of a cockapoo story in your life? I said to her, please, like, just let me handle this. This consultant is feeding you a line. You don't have to plead anything to Scentsy. They have a lifetime manufacturer's warranty and they honor it. It's literally no big deal. Please let me handle this. 10 minutes out of my time. Don't listen to this girl. She's cuckoo out to lunch. But I'm thinking, my goodness, the heck are some of these consultants thinking? You make the sale and you make the commission and then you run and don't return their phone calls when they're having an issue? Or when you maybe start to feel a little bit guilty and you still don't want to take 10 minutes out of your day, you give her some cockapoo story about how you have to plead a case to Scentsy. That is not the case. Scentsy has a lifetime manufacturer's warranty and they honor it. They stand behind it and don't listen to anyone who tells you any differently, because they do. So sure enough, I did the exchange and quite literally took 10 minutes out of my day. Actually, it took maybe 15, because not only did Scentsy exchange it, they gave her an upgrade because it had been replaced multiple times. They didn't even offer her the same. They offered her a step above. And they, as well as myself, said, take your time. You know, you're going to get an upgrade and take your time selecting whatever you want. Literally, you don't have to plead nothing to Scentsy. They want to keep the customers happy. And I don't get it why these consultants out there aren't doing the same. And hey, I'm not complaining, but I just don't want Scentsy consultants to get a bad name. And I've heard some crazy stories where people have given consultants money, they've been ripped off, but they still love the product so much, like literally. Given a consultant money for an order, the consultant pockets the money and never gives them the product. I've heard horror stories. People have reached out to me and told these horror stories, and they are still so in love with the product that we sell that they're reaching out to me for help. That is crazy to me. So they obviously know that we sell a superior product and they're willing to put their trust in me. So I thank you guys for that. I thank everybody for reaching out to me. And yes, a Scentsy consultant doesn't make money off of an exchange. And I am apologizing on behalf of any Scentsy consultant who's ignored your phone calls or deked you when you need 10 minutes of their time after the commission has been paid out, because that is nonsense. And I'm sorry anyone has ever had to deal with that, because that is not at all indicative of what Scentsy represents, or not at all the vibe that I've gotten from any of my experiences. I've never had to plead a case to return a warmer. None of that. None of it. It's nonsense. And I'm sorry that certain people have had to deal with people like this. It's just crap. It boils my blood. I'm fine, whatever, because they're lost. What these consultants don't understand is I take the 10 minutes out of my day to make sure that they have a superior experience with Scentsy, and guess what? I'll make triple the commission because I made sure that they had a positive experience with this company. They're going to come back and they're going to repeatedly shop with me because I took 10 minutes out of my day to provide them with the service that they're entitled to, because Scentsy stands behind what they offer. It ticks me off to no end. Which brings me to my final point. And today, this is like the boiling point, the icing on the cake, the straw that broke the camel's back. The sister rats on the internet being trolls. Again. Today, what I witnessed was insane. So, as I've discussed on this channel, I'm a member of multiple different Scentsy groups on Facebook. An array of different de-stash groups, different vendor wax groups, different groups of home fragrance of all kinds, because I want to know what our competitors are offering. I want to be able to try a little bit of everything to be sure that I'm confident and passionate about the products I'm selling. Yes, I use other products, and I'm not ashamed to admit it because it makes me a better consultant. It makes me know what else is on the market so I can better sell the product that Scentsy has to offer. 100%. So I'm on this de-stash group, and my friend Rhonda, who I talk about a lot in my videos, she's my wax wife from Portland, Oregon. She was an crazy Scentsy consultant. She spends, like, I spend an awful lot of money on wax. This woman probably spends double what I spend on home fragrance. So she has been an avid Scentsy customer for probably 8 or 9 years too. So she was posting on a de-stash group. She has never been a Scentsy consultant. So she is selling some of her Scentsy's and other vendor wax and stuff online. I saw not one, not two, but 3 Scentsy consultants attack a total stranger in a public forum and tell her that they are going to report her to compliance. 3 active Scentsy consultants were attacking a total stranger who has never been a Scentsy consultant for selling products she bought from our company. Honestly, it was one of the most cringe-worthy moments I've had in 8 months. And if you're a Scentsy consultant, you've gotten the eye roll. I know you have. You know what I'm talking about. When you say to people, I'm a Scentsy consultant, they roll their eyes. Not everyone. Some people do. And I never really understood it. Okay, yes. So maybe our Scentsy posts, to promote our personal promotions or to advertise new product and specials. Maybe that gets annoying on Facebook. But you know what I say to people who get annoyed by my posts? You don't have to be notified when I post something on Facebook. You don't want to buy it? You don't want to see the post? Hit ignore. I don't crap if you see my stuff. If you're not spending money with me, I really don't care. But I understand if I get the eye roll from people who are like, oh, I'm so sick of seeing all the Scentsy stuff on my page. I don't use it, so I don't want to see it. Understandable. But today, for the first time, I did the eye roll because of the behavior of these 3 Scentsy consultants, and I am a Scentsy consultant. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to see my peers behave like that on a public forum. They attacked her. They said that there was no way she could have that much Scentsy and not be a rep. Who do you think you are? How do you know how much money she has? How do you know that she's not a millionaire? I have customers who have just as much, maybe even more, Scentsy products than I do. I'm not going to publicly attack them and accuse them of being a consultant and then accuse a perfect stranger or threaten them with Scentsy compliance. Like, you are a quack. And a few bad apples, I hate to say it, but there's more than a couple bad apples if you've ever been on that family consultant support page. Like, if I had it my way, I would just shut that down. Like, I think Scentsy is the only people that should be able to post on there because some Scentsy consultants don't know how to behave in a public forum. And for the very first time, I understood today why people roll their eyes sometimes when I say that I'm a Scentsy consultant. If anybody else has bear witness to behavior like that from a Scentsy consultant or had their telephone calls and requests for help ignored by a Scentsy consultant, I understand now why people roll their eyes. It's more than just about our annoying social media posts. I get it. And if I'm annoying, don't subscribe to my page. Block my posts. Turn off the notifications. But now I understand sometimes where that eye roll comes from. So that's my rant for today. And again, it's not one day. It's not one incident. It's been a combination of things that have been just really taxing. And like, I don't want, and I know that a few bad apples doesn't ruin the whole bunch, but I don't want to be painted with that brush. I don't want people to think that I drank the crazy purple Kool-Aid and I'm a kook too. Like, I really wish all nutty Scentsy consultants who blast off on the Scentsy consultant support page or attack random strangers in a public forum or refuse to do exchanges see this video. Maybe if you see this video and have been guilty of any of the aforementioned things, maybe this will be a call to action for misbehaving consultants to get your poop in a group and behave accordingly, because it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. And I think at this point in time, I just need to really sit back and reevaluate and try and remember why I became part of this company and why I was so passionate about it in the beginning. And I need to reach out to all of the positive and influential people that I've met through my Scentsy journey and touch base with those people. Because I've had enough negative experiences lately. And again, it's not necessarily Scentsy's fault. It's just, I think, the nature of the beast when dealing with an MLM like entity. Do you know what I mean? Because Scentsy can't control what we all do as individual consultants. But as much as we are responsible for our own businesses, we are also responsible for our own behaviors. And keep in mind, whether you're out in public at a vendor event or in a public forum, think before you post. Think before you post, because you look stupid. You look stupid, and you're giving an otherwise amazing company and fantastic opportunity a bad name when you're behaving badly in public. You represent all of us. So smarten the up. It's just my 2 cents. Anyways, rant over. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.